Shooter, the resident elk at the Pocatello Zoo in Idaho, is huge, standing 6 feet tall without taking into account his massive antlers, and 10 feet tall if you do. As you can imagine, he attracts a lot of attention, and one day a few zoo staffers watched as he acted strangely. He repeatedly dipped his entire head into his water trough, a decidedly uncharacteristic elk behavior. He certainly wasn't just taking a drink. Then, things got even more curious. Pulling his head from the water, Shooter now dipped his front hooves into the trough and seemed to be rooting around. After a minute or so, he withdrew his hooves and dunked his head again. When his head emerged this time, he had a tiny, dripping marmot in his mouth. He carefully released the marmot onto the ground and nudged him with one hoof until, recovering from his near drowning, he scampered away. What was going on? Did Shooter rescue a drowning marmot? That's what one of the zookeepers, Dr. Joy Fox, thinks. She believes Shooter sensed that the little rodent was in distress and decided to help. But on his first try, his antlers prevented him from reaching the marmot. So, Dr. Fox suggests, Shooter used his hooves to nudge the marmot away from the edge of the trough, then dunked his head again and rescued the marmot. Such behavior suggests that Shooter may have displayed two capacities not usually attributed to animals, the ability to problem solve and empathy. It's clear that Shooter figured out how to get the marmot out of the trough, though no one knows why.